Very little. Haven't started yet. I'm just fucking around. I'll get started in like a minute or two. Let me share this one. It's cool. Ah, horrible fucking preset. Or preview. I don't know if I have my chat overlay working either. Live sources. Wait, selected. Alright, it's working now. I don't know why this fucking overlay never works. It works like 50% of the time, and I genuinely have no idea what determines whether it's gonna work or not. See, I can trigger it. Oh, no, there it is. It just took like 3 minutes to actually show up. Alright, whatever. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. Got no real plan today. I think I'm gonna screw around with Hyperflux because I haven't done that in a while. So alright, yeah, let's get started. Alright, so this is a good time as any. So we're gonna load the init patch. And here we go. So first thing I want to do is try to add a little bit of audio reactivity. All right. So let's try this. So we have a new wave guide in here, which is the AB guide. So this lets you mix two of these things together. All right, so let's actually go in here and preview. So this is our waveform, all right? It's made by putting this little radial pattern through a cosine wave. And now the radial pattern is actually going to be a mix between these two guys right here, all right? That and that. I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going to change this to square, all right? I'm going to hook this mix control up to like the audio, all right? I'm gonna try to do something interesting. All right, so we're gonna go into here. We're gonna create a new mapping. It's gonna be an audio mapping. And it's gonna be on the volume. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna set the value of this mix control, which was in here. I think it's this guy right here. All right. Except we're gonna set an attack and a release, which is going to basically turn it into an envelope. So we're not gonna do always. We're gonna do when the volume rises above, I think the volume's from 0 to 1. So when the volume rises above 0.5, which I think should just detect like drum hits or something like that, or like bass drum hits. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna do volume, we're gonna do low frequency energy. So this is kind of advanced, but it should be cool if it works. So when the low frequency energy rises above 0.5, this value is from 0 to 1. So what we're gonna do is we're going to set the value of the mix control. All right. Set value, mix, and going to 10 milliseconds, and it's going to take 100 milliseconds and it's going to return to 0. So this is effectively, when you set a release that's non-zero, that basically turns the action into an envelope. So every time the low frequency energy rises above 0.5, it's going to trigger the mix to go from 0 and then back to 1 and then back. So I'm going to save this, and it may or may not work. Once we get some, we might need to tweak the low frequency energy or the threshold value. And we also need some low frequency energy. So I'm going to move the track back to here. It's sort of working. I think we need to lower this threshold to like 0.4 and then make the, actually, you know what? We're gonna have it take one beat to return back to 0. So it'll be more synchronized with music. Save. That's too slow. It is kind of working though. Done. Sort of seems like it's working. Let's put this back to 200 milliseconds. I would expect the mix to be 0 right now, so I guess it's not working. So mix is 0.43. It should be 0. And then it should spike every time a beat hits. Except this is not working how I expected it to, because the value is not returning back down to 0. Might need this value. Huh. Okay. I don't even know how my own shit works here. Better. Kinda. Nope. Well, this isn't working at all. Alright, screw this envelope, which clearly doesn't work as the way that I wanted it to. Set this back down to 0. And then we'll just do an always action. 0 to 1. Signal value. Alright. Now this should at least sort of work. It's going to be a little jitterier than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to go turn on higher attack. What's it look like anyways? We'll just leave it like this for now. Alright, it took too long anyways. Alright, so let's go and change the color first. Instead of this, try this XYZW palette. So one of the colors will be black. So this basically paletizes the final result in terms of 3 RGB triplets. So one of them is going to be black. All right, the other is green right now, and the other is blue, which makes sense. So let's put you to white. Or let's put you something random. This looks nice. Okay. There's some colors. Let's put it through an effect. And turn the effect on. Oh, that's a color frequency control. It's not effect here. So here's effect. Let's try a different effect. That actually looks kind of nice. All right, so let's go into here and start playing with this. Remember, the trick for hyperflux seems to be to get the C0.R control back as close to 1 as possible, and the alpha control as close to 0 as possible. That changes a lot if you change this, so we're gonna change that just because we can. All right. Ooh, I don't like this one. All right, let's try this guy. Alright, I got to turn that spazzy audio sub off. It's not working the way I wanted to. Nice little vortex over here. Focusing on an LFO, let's just make it. Yeah. Whoa, that's way too much. All right. 4 times as slow. All right, we really do need some audio reactivity in here, so we're gonna load. What is this guy even? I think we make this like one of the other streams, so we're gonna use it. Let's like modulate some of these things. It's kind of cool. It's a little bit too high frequency, so I'm gonna change that. And this LFO is still too fast. And there is too much of that. I'm gonna turn the maximum value of it down just to wait. that not doing what I want it to? Huh. Oh, it only affects the wave. I see. All right, that should affect the entire thing. All right, back into here. All right, so let's add some symmetry. Let's add one of the weird ones over here. No, it's actually pretty good where it was. Definitely unicorn vomit, isn't it? Let's see if we can't tone it down a little bit. I think it's probably the spaz effect. That's pretty rainbowy, but it actually looks pretty nice. That's kind of awesome. Alright, we're going back to rainbowy mode here. I think there's some, like, controls in here. Phase, alright. Alright, what if I make that really fast? That's not even remotely really fast, is it? Alright, let's try that. Alright, now it's proper epilepsy mode. Alright, cut that shit out. Still going gnarly. I think it might be this LFO here. Oh, no, wait. What is going on even? Alright, well, slightly better now. What the hell? Why does it just like spaz out every... so often? Is this phase control? It must have been. Alright, that's a little bit better. All right, let's make it like warble a little bit. There are these controls here, mod ZR in particular. It really shouldn't be in the color module, but it's kind of like a post-processing thing. It's a really good use of the modulation target. None of that now. Basically lets you distort the final image kind of facially. Kind of like that. All right, so I like this a lot. I wish I could like tone down the colors a little bit more. Okay, let me save it before I get too far. Fine, you haven't really missed all that much. All right, so colors. What we got? It's already helping a little bit. You know what? Let's just go and turn down all of like the blue. All right, let's go into here. Let's see if we can zoom it in a little bit without destroying all the cool stuff. No, it's the opposite of that. Nope, it sure can't. I'm gonna make these grids kind of audio reactive. I think the grids are right here. And instead of the square wave, we'll put it through the band wave with a threshold. Let's see if that works. Alright, so we'll go into here, and I think if we just turn this up, we get a threshold. So now it's either 0 or 1. All right. What did we do? Nothing I care about. Let's not do that. Alright, this doesn't work. Square wave. Back to square wave. Oh, weird. Check out some of the deforms in the color module. Pretty great. Nintendo Hyperflux. I like this a lot, so I'm gonna save and share this, and then make a quick video. I actually did anything. I just totally started freaking out. I am thoroughly confused. Yeah, what the fuck? Alright, I gotta figure this out. It can't be any of these modulations. It's gotta be like an IO mapping or something. No? Alright. I'm gonna debug this. Is it this thing? I don't think so. Seems pretty tame to me. And there's no LFOs going on in here. Alright, so something is just causing this shit to randomly start moving around. What the hell is that even about? I can see it happening right here. Oh, you know what? It must be right here. And oh, it's these beat actions. When the hell did that even get turned on? All right, weird. So I'm gonna turn that off, and that should make it sane now. Move you back to normal places. There we go. Yeah, that was bizarre. Alright, I'm gonna record a quick clip again now that it's not going insane. Let's go back to this patch that I did save. Alright, I am going to mess with the colors a little bit and then share it. Let's try this again. Actually, wait, there's another button I can push. Yeah, there we go. And then phase, let's get it back here. All right, this is it. All right, we've made one successful hyperflex patch. Let's do something completely different. All right, let's restart. Let's get a different wave going. Let's start with Let's start with 50-50 output texture to add some feedback, and try the audio texture. Oh, there's the cat. No, we're not doing cats today. All right, so this is what this texture looks like. Come on. Or what the wave we're feeding back on itself looks like. All right, let's go into the color module and entirely randomize it. Stranger effect than I would have expected. Oh yeah, let me go into here first. Let's randomize you. All right, and let's make you audio reactive with the band wave. And then lower the frequency. And then go into here and move it around. Because nobody likes that thing exactly in the middle. And we'll mix in whoops. Some of the output. All right, now we have some modulation patterns. All right, now we're gonna go back into the color module. Whoa, what have we done? All right, this is pretty great already. Stick with this. already pretty awesome. All right, so now we just got to go into here. So this is just the init patch, I think. Yeah, so let's just randomize you too. See what happens. I need to tone it down a little bit. So we have this right here, which I think I can tone down by right here. Yeah. Huh. All right, let's keep randomizing. I need to make this one modulation pattern. I think it's pattern 4, move around or something. It's way too static. I think if I just animate the phase, it'll not quite do what I want. Ah, crap. Yeah, I want to animate that. Scroll wave. And you, modulation channel 1, need to animate the phase on that. And I'm gonna make it move around. Which is you. All right. Let's modulate the alpha parameter. Cool. Yeah, the trick with the audio activity is you got to put it kind of in the right places, such that it's not like, if it causes too much motion, then it just becomes too much. I think this one hits the right balance. It's easiest to do it in the modulation system because you can kind of control the degree of the effect. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's save and share this one. All right. Let me try recording something. A little bit much in terms of the motion, but still cool. Let's randomize the colors again. Let's see what we can get with 0 effort. Right. Pretty great. All right, let's go into here. Let's turn off the symmetry. And just fuck around. Oh yeah, I think we were modulating that. All right. All right, you're gonna be put on an LFO with really tiny values. With a really tiny swing. Alright, let's try modulating this thing again. Pretty cool. Let's offset it slightly. Try to disrupt that circle a little bit in the middle. All right, I'm gonna save this and try to get the colors to be a little bit less bad. All right. Cool. Nope. All right, let's go play around in here. Instead of cosine wave, go for a triangle wave. Saw wave. Oh wait, no, we're not even using this, I don't think. Wait, are we? Still don't know why there's that circle in the middle.
You were never the kind to fall head deep, to go in blind. Should have hated the sight.
At the very least, I can put the circle off to the side.
Miles behind you. And you told me that it wasn't a race, but I'd end up falling flat on my face, trying to walk beside you while the ground was always shifting. Every time you drop the puzzle pieces on the floor, I try to get the picture, but I'd always end up losing more than I would ever find. Is it 'cause I got too close? Melting your eyes turned you into a ghost. Is it 'cause I got too close? That you ran away when I needed you most. Is it 'cause I got too close? It was always a game I'd lose for love you'd play to win. Don't know how to move on when I had promised you forever. Every time you drop the puzzle pieces on the floor, I try to get the picture, but I'd always end up losing more than I would ever find. Is it 'cause I got too close? Melting your eyes turned you into a ghost. Is it 'cause I got too close? That you ran away when I needed you most. Is it 'cause I got too close?
No idea what I'm doing. I kind of don't like this. It's alright.
I still wonder where it all went wrong. I still sometimes put on our song.
Got like too much audio motion.
Wonder if my love was too much. I still wonder. Is it 'cause I got too close? Melting your eyes turned you into a ghost. Is it 'cause I got too close? That you ran away when I needed you most. Is it 'cause I got too close? Melting your eyes turned you into a ghost. Is it 'cause I got too close? That you ran away when I needed you most. Is it 'cause I got too close? Melting your eyes turned you into a ghost. Is it 'cause I got too close? That you ran away when I needed you most. Is it 'cause
All right,
I got too
let's change the effect. Cool.
Is it 'cause I got too close?
That helped. Let's put it on fold 3. Still a little bit too like choppy with the audio. Huh. Might not be coming from where I think it is. Alright, abort. I hate this patch. Let's go back to here. Just randomize this. Oh, this isn't working at all. Alright. Doesn't work. Let's go into here and change. Oh, yeah. This is actually cool. Let's put this on an LFO. And then instead of fold 8, we'll go to fold 3. Which totally did not work. Wow, this is like impossible to control when it's pixelated. Wonder what happened to my Spotify overlay. Well, another thing to fix next time. Did I end up sharing this one? Because it was kind of cool in this state until I sort of broke it. I think this one just needed better colors. Which I'm going to do... Alright, I gotta stop randomizing everything because it's just not working. Alright. Alright, I gotta move these circles around. Seems like it's pattern 3. Let's animate the phase. Faster. Alright, this one might be good enough. Alright, that's better. Alright, let's try do something with the deform, and then I'm gonna say that it's done once I actually get that working. Alright. to my trick here. All right, this is cool. And then we're going to add some random modulation. No. Nope. We are not adding random modulation. At least not to that. Let's try this. Nope. Whoa. Kind of went from sunset vibes to like eclipse vibes. What is causing this like crazy shit? It doesn't seem to be working anymore. All right, well, I'm gonna save this one and then share it once it gets to a good spot. Then I think that's it for today. All right, well, I think that's it. I'm kind of tired. It's nice out, so I'm gonna go outside. All right, anybody have any questions, thoughts, concerns, feedback? Hopefully we made at least a couple of cool patches today. I'll be back next weekend. I'm thinking about doing like the stream in the evening at like 7 p.m. or something. Just kind of hate having my day interrupted by doing this in the middle of the day. Not too sure though. All right, well anyways, thanks for coming by. I will see you again next weekend.